So that is why y'all owe me $1,600. My bad. Let me calm down. This video right here is at 63.4 thousand views and still have not paid me. I have seen creators with a larger platform than mine and smaller platforms and even the same amount of followers say the same thing. And why do y'all think it's okay to play with people's money? Especially mine.
Seller who've been in that position of not getting your money after producing a video for a TikTok shop seller, and you want to know the likelihood that she's going to be able to get her money, what other limits and responsibilities and rights you have as a TikTok seller, and then also lessons that we can learn from her. Stay tuned to this video next. Hi, this is JJ Gadd. If you're new here, I am an attorney and I help fellow content creators decode the laws and rules related to the creator economy, including Federal Trade Commission disclosure requirements, the terms of brand deals and management deals, and then just generally about the laws that impact creators and social media generally. So if you're interested in that, I want to invite you to subscribe, tell your fellow friends. But for now, we're just going to talk about that fellow creator and what you need to know if you are TikTok content creator and you partner up as part of the creator marketplace, promoting products that TikTok shop sellers sell. Before we talk about the situation, let's get the full context and listen to this creator explain the full dish on what happened.
Over the basics. They asked me for the Spark ad code. And for those of you who don't know what a Spark ad code is, when y'all be scrolling on social media and y'all see the little box at the bottom that says sponsored content, paid promotion, that means that the creator has gone in their ad settings and created a specific code for the company to input on their side and pay money to boost it as an ad on your timeline. That's what that means. I know y'all are like, Ashley, why did you give them the Spark ad code if they didn't pay you? Because it was in the contract that I could not get paid until I gave them the Spark ad code. Immediately, this is what I start to see in my notifications. And it means exactly what it says. They are starting to use the video as a paid promotion. Throughout the emails, they seemed really nice, very enthusiastic about working with me, and I was the same. I posted the video, the ad is running. I send the email to let them know, hey, the video is posted. Can you confirm, that everything's okay? No response. Then I start seeing the comments. Then I'm getting nervous because I'm like, okay, they haven't responded to the initial email. The video has already gone and it's doing good numbers at this point because they're paying for ads on it. So I let them know at 9:55 that in 5 minutes, the 24-hour window will be up. And if I have not received my payment, you owe me an extra $1,000 per the contract that was signed by both parties. No response. So now that we're at the end, let's review a few things. At the top of the contract, this name right here, Face Show Store, was at the top. However, in the email, it is a screenshot of DreamHost TikTok shop. This is the link that they sent me to use for the video. Link to a TikTok shop called Facial Boutique. I sent a message to them all and through TikTok shop to both companies. Now, who knows what this video is going to result in? However, I just come to say, be careful when working with these companies. If you don't get your money in full up front, at least get 50% then and then 50%. 50% at the end when it's all done. But this company right here, Face Show, Edison John, Facial Boutique, and DreamHost, y'all owe me $1,600. Who's gonna pay?
So here's what you need to know. First of all, you need to know that TikTok has what's called a brand code of conduct that all shop sellers that sign up for its creator marketplace are beholden by. Part of that brand code of conduct says that when a creator does video for them, they have a duty to pay them. And if they don't pay them, then they would be in violation of their brand code of conduct. There's actually good news in that there's punishment for either one time, two time, or repeated violations of the code of conduct. And according to this creator, she says that some folks responded to her video that they have also had problems with that seller paying them after they create the content. So that's a repeated violation. So according to TikTok's own policy, that brand, if at least reported by that creator and other creators, could actually lose a lot of rights and be kicked out of the program altogether. Now, that's not going to help her. Bad news is that what TikTok also says is when they get creators and brands together in their creator marketplace, they also say we do not have any say if there's a conflict, if there's a conflict with them, the creator fulfilling their duty or the brand paying you. It's up to you guys to work it out. Our name is Bennett. We're not in it. So that's not helpful in terms of getting her money back. However, there's some good news. Some people in the comments to her video said that she should take them to small claims court, which she definitely could. However, here's the bad news. Unfortunately, a lot of the brands and shops in TikTok shop are not US based. Now, if you watched the video I did recently, I mentioned how TikTok actually has a policy that says anyone who is a TikTok shop creator and they're targeting US creators, US content creators, or US market, they have to actually be 51% owned by Americans. So one of the owners of their shop has to have a US passport. And that's great because suing them makes it easier to sue someone who's in your country or who's beholden to the laws of your country. That's just something that's a new policy. They haven't really unveiled that. There's a lot of shops that are not US based. And the challenge there is in the United States, if you're a company and you're registered, you have to have what's called a registered agent. The purpose of a registered agent is that, for example, in the case that you have a dispute and someone sues you, that agent is the person that everyone knows that's registered on, wherever the state that you're registered in, that is the persons to receive the lawsuit so people know where to send it to. So I didn't get a chance to look at her agreement, but most agreements have what's called jurisdiction. And what the jurisdiction does, it says that, let's say I'm a seller and I'm based in California and I know the laws of California would be beneficial to me, or it's easier for me and convenient for me to go to. When I enter an agreement with a creator or an influencer, I may say that if there's a dispute, we will solve our dispute in the jurisdiction of California, my state. That's usually outlined. Unfortunately, because a lot of these companies are not based, they may not even have any mention of jurisdiction. Before you sign an agreement, is look at the jurisdiction and see where a dispute is supposed to be hashed out. Because you don't have that, where do you send, or where does she send her dispute to? If you look at some of the shops that these TikTok shop owners, they don't even have an address. They sometimes just have an email address, maybe a phone number. So one, you have no clue who to send it to. So that's problem number one. The second problem with her suing in small claims court is, let's say she does find an address and she sends it to them. Where would be the jurisdiction? Would it be in China? Are you going to send it to China? So if it's $1,600, this creator is out, the cost of a flight to go to China or to wherever this person, this company is going to surpass the money that they owe. And so she's not going to sue there. Another option is to sue, let's say she lives in New Jersey. What are the likelihood that this brand is going to actually send a representative to come defend the lawsuit against you? It's very slim to none. What's likely most will happen is they're going to get a judgment, which is called a default judgment. A default judgment is when you have a case between two people and one person decides not to show up. You might have heard of it before. And so because you didn't show up to defend your side, the other side wins automatically. And now she's going to have a piece of paper that says this company owes her $1,600. But how does she collect from a company when she doesn't know the address? She doesn't know where they're located, and they're a flagrant violator of the TikTok shop rules, meaning that most likely not, that it's worthless. It's what's called judgment proof. So she's going to be asked out, for lack of a better word, of recuperating the $1,600. What you need to know if you're a content creator is that while you can file and have everyone else who were defrauded by this brand, if that's the case, I'm not saying it's true according to their reports, file a complaint using TikTok's processes, it's possible to get this brand kicked off the creator marketplace so they don't do this to any other creator. But in terms of getting her own money back and getting your money back, it's going to be really, really difficult. So what are the lessons here? When you are contacted by a brand or a TikTok shop or any other place, even outside the TikTok app, to promote, you have to make sure you get an agreement to say, hey, if there's a dispute, I need language regarding to where this dispute is going to be hashed out, where's the process is. If they're not willing to give you that, at that point you have one or two options. Option one is to ask them to pay you in advance, or ask them to pay you at least a minimum half in advance. If they're not willing to do that, then you have to just be ready to walk away, or take the risk and risk you not getting paid. So, those are your options. You demand to have a dispute language. If they don't have that, demand to get paid in advance or half in advance. And if they're not willing to do that, just be prepared to walk away. So you have options. So I'm glad you watched this. If you're interested in this series that I'm starting, just helping fellow content creators understand the laws and set themselves up legally right, you want to check my very next video when I'm going to help content creators interested in forming an LLC, which is limited liability company, which protects you as a content creator in case you are sued. So your personal assets, your home, your car, your bank account doesn't get attached if you were, for some reason, get a judgment, a tax lien, sued, or a fine from the Federal Trade Commission for violating some rule or something, or copyright dispute. You can protect your personal assets. Check out my next video. And the video after that is going to be helping content creators who are on their way to becoming a full-time creator and want to create a personal brand, set up their own website. And my video after that is going to be talking about helping content creators set up a link in bio that they own, their domain. So a link in bio, so it'd be like jjgat.com/link in bio or links, which I have. And that's a great way of just owning all of the content. Anyway, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned to this account, subscribe, because those videos are coming forward in the future. Now you know, share this with fellow content creators, and I'm wishing this creator luck in recouping her money, or in minimum learning, and hopefully she watches this and she knows what to do next. If not, you know what to do next. Share this with fellow content creators. And if you're interested in more content like this, subscribe, and then watch this video next in the series where I talked about other similar sort of situations that creators have gone through if you watch this on YouTube, so you can learn from them. I'm all about learning from mistakes. Again, it's J Cat, the content creator attorney. I'm not really your attorney. You need to get your own attorney, but I'm here to help fellow creators just understand the laws and just be better positioned than they were yesterday. All right, talk to you soon. Watch this video next.